Hi there, this is Sheila Kamara of Ecstatic Birth. Welcome to my Thursday 12:30 live session. I do these every Thursday, and it's an opportunity for me to share a bit about the work I'm doing. So for those of you that don't know me, I am an ecstatic birth advocate and trainer, and I have for the last almost 10 years now been supporting women in having enjoyable birth experiences and having experiences where they feel strong, empowered, and even pleasure when they're having birth. And I've also, for the past 5 years, been training birth practitioners and bringing that work to their clients. Now, what I've seen in doing this work is that birth is the biggest teacher. Birth brings us back to our bodies because we cannot think our way through childbirth, right? So a big part of the work that I do with my private clients is supporting them and coming back to their bodies. Now, most of us live our lives really disassociated from our bodies. And the reason for that is we don't feel safe. So today's session is about feeling safety amidst intensity. Now, childbirth is like the quintessential intense experience, but what I'm talking about today is not only about childbirth. It's about how do you feel safe when you're experiencing any sort of intensity in your body? So there's a saying in the birth world, how you live your life is how you birth, and vice versa. It's all the same thing. So it's very easy to understand why childbirth is a body trip, right? And not a head trip. It's not something you can think your way through. But actually, all of your life is a body trip. You're traveling through this lifetime in your body. Now, what happens for many of us, most of us, I would say, is that we learn to disassociate from our bodies. We learn that it's not safe, or when we're feeling intense emotions or scary emotions, we're taught to shut it down or suppress it or numb it or avoid it in some way. And this is a pattern that we see playing out all the time in childbirth. When women are experiencing the intensity of childbirth, what do we offer them? We offer them options to numb. We offer them options to avoid. Now, this is not about, judgment on that choice or not. I'm just trying to point out the societal pattern that we have right now. And the pattern is we experience intensity, and what do we want to do? We want to numb it. We want to block it. We want to avoid it. We want to disconnect from it. So this fundamental pattern exists not only in how we live our life, but it's existing in the world of birth. It's, at least here in the US, it is common protocol to disassociate from our bodies in birth. And you know what? That is not giving us the best outcomes in the US, at least I can speak to. We are having, one of the worst birth outcomes in the developed world. And a lot of that has to do with the overuse and over-medicalization of birth. But that's a whole other topic. If you have questions about that, feel free to put a comment below. Hi, Bianca. So nice to see your smiley face there. And anyone else that's watching, I'd love to say hi and see you. So please put a comment in. And if you have any questions on this topic or any other topic, I'm always open to sharing and addressing that. But today's topic specifically is about feeling safety amidst intensity. So I'm uniquely positioned, having been doing this work in the realm of childbirth, doing this work where I support women to get back to their bodies, feel their bodies, allow their bodies to guide them through their birth experience, as opposed to getting through the birth experience despite their bodies. I've been uniquely positioned to talk about this, and it's something that I know there's a lot of intensity on the planet right now. There's a lot of intensity about being female, being in a female body. A lot of that's coming to the forefront. It's not new. It has always existed, and it is internalized in each and every one of us, whether we are direct victims of, trauma or assault, or we're just living in a culture where that's very commonplace. So coming back to this idea of feeling safety amidst intensity, the first step is approving of the sensation of intensity. So oftentimes when we feel intensely, when we're angry, when we're sad, when we're, raging, whatever that intense emotion is, or intense sensation in the example of physical birth, we disapprove of it. It's not okay. I should be happy. I should be showing up a different way. I should be, it's not okay to be angry. It's not okay to be fearful. It's not okay to be, sad. So the first step, as simple as it sounds, to be able to feel safe in your body is to be able to feel, to be able to connect to the sensations in your body, and to be able to approve of them. So last week I did a Facebook Live, and you can find the recording right here on the Ecstatic Birth Facebook page. Last week's Facebook Live, where I shared with you a really simple exercise to start to connect with your body, to start to connect to the sensations within, to start to connect to your inner wisdom, because it's all the same thing. Your inner wisdom, your intuition, your deepest truth, it all resides in your body. And it all begins with the sensations that you're feeling in your body. And our emotions are sensations in our body. Our emotions are our guidance tools. So the very first step is to feel, to allow yourself to feel. And in order to allow yourself to feel, you have to be able to approve of what you're feeling. So very simple, but not so easy. Approval, approval, approval. As opposed to disapproving of ourselves and disapproving of our experience, we're very well versed in disapproval, especially as women. So just a constant reminder to approve of where you're at, approve of where you're feeling, and approve of whatever it is that's arising with you, whatever it is that's creating this intensity. Now, one of the things I talk about a lot is the pattern of expansion and contraction in labor. And those moments of intensities are metaphorical contractions on your journey. And those metaphorical contractions, just like the physical contractions in birth, they exist for your expansion. So in the physical realm of birth, it's the work your body has to do to open you, to allow you to become who you need to be to birth your baby. Now in life, those contractions, those gnarly moments are opportunities for you to expand who you are, your understanding, and your growth, your own evolution in the world. So the intensity itself is not a bad thing. Okay, so feeling the sensations and approval. Now, the next piece is really, really big. So one of the things I talk a lot with my private clients about is energy flow, how the energy is flowing through your body. And one of the things you become aware of once you connect to sensation is how your energy flows and where you block it and where it flows more freely. And what happens when you experience intensity is you grip, because its intensity is expanded energy moving through your system. And when your energy expands beyond that which you're comfortable with, that can be scary. And our bodies try to keep things kind of familiar. So we try to block it. That's our instinctual reaction. So in my private training sessions, we do a ton of body practices, a ton of feeling the body, noticing where we're gripping, and inviting gently, with approval, with love, your body to open. Bianca writes, this rings all my bells, applies to all of life, birthing babies and birthing from the heart's inside. Yes, thank you, Bianca. So true. And this is exactly why I kicked off the series about rebirthing the feminine. Because while my work has always been specifically in the realm of physical childbirth, I'm actually moving now I have been moving since last January, very slowly, into sharing this work with all women, because what I've seen is that birth is the biggest teacher. And if you can train for birth in a way that really connects you to your body, to your sensations, if you can feel safe, if you can trust your body, if you can trust your intuition, it transforms who you are. And here's the thing, is you don't actually have to give birth in order to have that experience. So I've been working with a group of women through my Ecstatic Birthing for Goddesses program to take these lessons from birth and bring it into our lives, bring it into our bodies as we're moving through the world day to day, and as we're birthing our creations on the planet, as we're rebirthing ourselves in the process. And what we're seeing right now on the planet is that rebirth of the feminine. The feminine is rising. And with it, we're also feeling those waves of contractions, the intensity that's coming up and the expansion that comes up as you see people being activated, as women are showing up more than ever, as women are speaking more than ever. So what I'm feeling really called to do is open up my private practice to any woman on this journey. Any woman who is feeling that intensity, who wants to show up as her full feminine, powerful self. We talked about last week where that lives, that fierce, powerful, feminine power that you have within lives in your body. So this journey of coming back to your body, feeling the sensations within your body, and allowing them to guide you towards your own true path, because that's the only thing that's real, is your own true path. There are other paths that we look at for guidance, for inspiration, but your path is uniquely yours. So I'm inviting anyone that is resonating with this, that would like to learn more about this, to set up a complimentary 15-minute session with me, and we can talk about whether the body trainings that I do would be something that would support you on your journey. What else do I want to tell you? I'll put the link for that right into the comment box below, and that way you can go ahead and grab that complimentary session. I really look forward to connecting to you if it resonates, and taking this journey with you. What a big part of what we do is this body work, and I call it a practice of sensual expansion, which ultimately allows you to enjoy life through your senses and gives you that essence of joy and pleasure, even in moments that might not be normally categorized as joyful or pleasureful. But being able to connect to your body in this way and finding that feeling of safety is really, really a profound experience, and it is available to every woman. I've had women, I've had tons of women that I worked with have incredible positive experiences, but to demonstrate, I'd like to share with you a few women that didn't. I had a woman who needed to have an emergency C-section, and yet that training that she did with me, that connection to her body, to her inner wisdom, allowed her to opt for that choice consciously and emerge from it feeling like she had had the best birth experience she could possibly have. It wasn't the outcome that she had hoped for, but it was the right outcome for her in the moment. So you can see how being connected to your truth really supports you, even in these moments of intensity where you feel like, oh, this isn't necessarily what I've been looking for. I had another woman who had an injury in her back, and it was severely limiting her movement while she was pregnant. And doing these body practices together, she was able to come back to this sensation of possibility in her own body, this sensation of, how was this condition serving her in her pregnancy, in her preparation to become a mother, and through it also experience sensations of delight and pleasure, despite the fact that she was struggling with this medical condition. So finding that safety in your own body, even amidst an intense situation, is not only possible, it's actually gold for you, and it's directly in line with locating your feminine power within yourself and within your body. So, hi Veronica, so nice to see you here too. So that's really what I have to share for today. As I said, I'll put the link to sign up for a complimentary, one-on-one with me here below. I would love to speak to any one of you that are feeling called to this work. It's obviously something I'm deeply passionate about and really care about. And it's something that I know is deeply needed right now, right here in this moment, as the feminine is rising, as we are all rebirthing ourselves, as we are all feeling called to stand taller, to share our gifts, and to show up even more strongly than we've ever done before. So with that, lots of love. I wish you a great day, and I look forward to connecting with you on the other side. Bye.